Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Do you know Devrone Shemar Long? He is before the court for beating his girlfriend, Abigail Salmon. And this happened back in May this year, 2025. And they're saying that he damaged her body. Now, females in Barbados, you keep dating, you keep inviting low vibrational, low functioning hybrids into your space. You keep getting into a vehicle and you actually drive and go and cross that threshold to entertain a low functioning hybrid. Now, they're all defective. I've spoken to you about this before. It's a defect, but some function normal within the culture. They know how to react. They know what to do. They know what not to do. But when you are courting someone who is low functioning, what do you expect? What do you expect? You are empowering them to do whatever they do because they're nothing without you. The males can't function without the female, okay? So when they can cause trauma, it's like a power play for them, and they come out into the world and they do cause trauma when they start wars, and when they, like in this particular case, beat their women, or if they're hurting children. That is something that creates a power surge within that particular hybrid, and you have to understand it. You have to understand what this particular domain is and how it is set up, and what women produce, what women are birthing into the world. Okay, hybrids, okay, a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy that was cursed. It's cursed from the beginning. Okay, something went wrong in the beginning and it has come to this point. It has, but not that you guys, the hybrids, weren't beating women from day one. Not that you weren't, but nothing has changed. And with the mix and matching of slaves in the new world, when you can have someone who would mix and match, anything that you mix and match, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid. If you plant a seed and it's a orange seed, you're supposed to have oranges, okay? But when that orange tree starts to grow and you start to graft something else onto it, and you put something else there into it, you cut it and you slice and you dice and you're mix and matching, it's a hybrid. It's a hybrid. That's what you need to be taught from primary school. From the time you land, your parents should be telling you you're different. You may act normal and you may use certain schemes to empower yourself and to make yourself seem like, you got it going on, but you don't. You don't, okay? So this guy, he's 28 years old, out of St. Leonard's Avenue in St. Michael, and he was before Alison Burke. Don't have a photo of her nowhere on the internet. She is a magistrate in Barbados, has been there for a while. Still no photo of this particular magistrate. In fact, it's really hard to find any photo of any magistrate, and they're getting paid with your taxpayer money, right? But prosecutor was St. Clair Phillips, and it seems though Long and Abigail Salmon, they were in a relationship, and she went over to visit him, and he accused her of talking to other guys, like she's only supposed to talk to females, or she's only supposed to talk to males who are a part of her family. She can't talk to anyone. So that control, that control is what the low vibrational, the low functioning hybrids want. They want to keep you under control, and the more they think they can keep you under control, that is what powers them. They need that. They need to act in a dominant position so that they can function and feel as though they are alive. They need it, okay? But it's a defect. It's a defect. It is a curse. Let's go ahead. So this happened, like I said, back in May. She went to his house, and he decided to beat the shit out of her. He decided to do whatever he did. And then when he was in court, he's saying to everyone who could hear him, well, since I beat her, we still have some, what he's saying when he says that. We still have contact a number of times, we were still together. We were still like, kicking boots and that kind of stuff since the incident. So what he's saying there to everyone and to, the Abigail is, you like what I did. You like what I did, because if I did that, and you still allowed me around you in your space, you liked it. You liked it, and you have to say, she liked it. Abigail Salmon, you liked it. You like being hurt. You like being put upon by these low functioning guys, these hybrids. You liked it. Admit it, you liked it. Because he is saying that since the incident, you guys were still together, okay? So you have to watch out for the beast. When they go to their monster mode, you have to watch out for that. It doesn't take much for them to flip. It doesn't take much for them to move from one place to the next. It's just very simple, and they need that. They need to behave like that to feel as though they have some sort of power after coming out of a woman. After coming out of a female, do you know how they feel that they actually came out of a female? And then to turn around and look down on females and try to beat them and try to subjugate them. Do you understand what it is for a male to actually realize that he came out of a female? And because he came out of a female, he may not rationalize it. He may not understand how to put it in words, but it's a defect. It's a defect. It's a hybrid kind of situation. Like I said, they know it, but they don't know it. They know that there's hatred. They know that there's something that they can't meet. Yes, they get together, and governments and the religious people try to put men and the opposite and the female, and they're doing their best to keep you guys together. We're married. They're trying their best to do that. They're trying their best to keep that in place. But they know, the female knows, she gets a glimpse of it. She gets a glimpse of the beast when it shows up, and the monsters when they show up. She sees it. Sometimes you could be with a woman and she just looks at you, a side glance, and you know from that glance, oh, she just saw something in me. She just picked up what I'm all about. The male knows, okay? So no one is really fooling themselves, but you just don't know how to put it in words. You just don't know how to put all the puzzle pieces together. You don't know, but even without knowing, you know something is wrong. You know something is not right, and that's why fertility rates are all over the world. Fertility rates are down. Females are realizing. They realize it. It should be an impossibility to birth something that is the total opposite of who they are. And they don't know. I guess it's an intuitive thing that when there's something in there and you know it, but you can't bring it to the surface, but you do know it. So you're intuiting it. They know that there was some sort of something that went on in the past. Scientists talk about it, but when they do, they're tamped down. Their books, and if they're with a university, they get fired. The university cannot use them because scientists are supposed to say what the university and what the person paying the money wants them to say. Whatever results they want you to find, that's what you better say that, or you are out of a job. So a lot of scientists have realized that there's a hybrid species. There's a hybrid species. That it's a defect. It's a defect for a female to birth a male. It's something defective about it, but they just cannot publish it. Yes, there's some. If you were to search hard enough, you'll find some writings, but those people have to do it on their own. But it's out there. It's out there. So to say that opposites attract, that's also something they throw at you. They throw that, oh, opposites attract. No, nope. If your battery in your car is not functioning and you have to give it a little, boost or whatever, you better put that right clip on the right clip and the black clip on the black clip. You think you're gonna say, oh, opposites attract, and put the black on the red and the red on the black? Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, and you see how opposites attract. Go ahead. Anytime they do experiments, you see how they cancel each other out. You see how opposites cancel each other out, but yet they put the male and the female together. You'll figure it out one time. You'll figure it out sometime. Hopefully, you'll figure it out before you take your last breath. But you should figure it out. You need to listen to more people like me. Don't listen to what the mainstream people are telling you to listen to. You need to do like a Jesus, have a come to Jesus moment, because what he did when that energy, that person, that consciousness came in, it was showing you got things wrong. A lot of things that you believe, you got it all wrong. And that's where you need to start. You need to start realizing that from the time you dropped into this world, you were being lied to. You were being lied to. And every book that's worth its weight in gold, every book will tell you, when someone says something to you, especially the people in authority, go and search. Don't go and search a book that they sanctioned. Don't go and search in their libraries that they tell what's supposed to be in those libraries. Go and search. When you're searching, you're going against what you heard, and you're going to look for something like an alternative view, and then you pull them together to see, and then you look in your environment, you search what you're seeing, and if you have a means to travel, you search what you're hearing. It's all there. All your answers to your questions are right in front of you. You're just not asking the question correctly. You don't know how to ask that question, like, who am I? Even to say that, you just don't know how to say correctly. And I say to you, go in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Okay? So this lady, Abigail Salmon, I'm gonna just finish. She probably still is dealing with a low vibrational male, okay, a hybrid that feels as though for him to have any power, he has to hurt a woman, and they usually do that. Most of them, hurt women or hurt women and children. They go to wars and they love to be in the battlefield so that they can grape people, and whatever. That is what powers them. That is trauma is what powers them. So you have to be careful with who you're letting in. Be careful with who you're letting in. And remember, opposites do not attract. Trust no one. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.